Hey you guys, welcome to the PHAT Nutritionist. Today is a sweet day, and I do mean sweet. Well, y'all know I'm a Southern girl and I love my pecans. So instead of making peanut brittle, I have a take on a pecan brittle that's gonna knock your socks off. So stay tuned because I'm gonna walk and talk you through that recipe. Now, I like to start by toasting my pecans. So I'm just going to put these on a platter, or a cookie sheet rather. And then I'm going to toast them in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now remember, you're toasting pecans, so they have their own fat in them. You don't have to add any fat onto the pan. But every few minutes, you want to make sure you go in and shake them around and stir them, just so they don't cook too much on one side. While the pecans are toasting in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the syrup. So first I like to use some Karo corn syrup. Here we go, some Karo corn syrup. And you can use about a cup, but as you can see, mine is a little brownish on the top, and that's because I like to use 1/4 of a cup of Johnny Fair syrup. Oh, it's my favorite syrup growing up. Okay. So I'm going to put that on a boil with 2 cups of white sugar. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that going. Hot, and I can get everything together. All right, so I'm gonna take my 2 cups of sugar and 1 cup of corn syrup, or in my case, 3/4 cups of corn syrup and 1/4 cup of my favorite childhood syrup, which is Johnny Fair. All right, so I'm gonna stir this, just give this a quick stir, and I'm gonna let it boil undisturbed for about 3 to 4 minutes. So right now I have the syrup is boiling right now. I have my pecans are toasting. So let me tell you what else goes into this recipe. 3 tablespoons of butter. I have about a pinch of salt. This is about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and of course salt helps balance out the sweetness. Then I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of ginger, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So once my mixture has been boiling for about 2 to 3 minutes, or 3 to 4 minutes, which I'm gonna check on right now, then I'm gonna check on my pecans and get ready to add my pecans into the syrup. So I just took the pecans out, and let me tell you, they are nice and toasty. And get a good camera angle. And they're exactly how I want them. Just a little darker than they actually came out of the bag. All right, I'm gonna give my syrup a stir. All right, it's time for me to add my other ingredients. I'm going to add the butter. It's 3 tablespoons. And please, please be careful because this syrup mixture is so hot. All right, I'm gonna add in my ginger, my cinnamon, salt, and give that a whirl. Oh, that smells wonderful. And you can make your pieces as big or as small as you want. I just want a few small pieces. In the mix, and that is perfect. All right, I'll go ahead and stir that up. And I've turned the fire down to give me time to get the rest of the pecans chopped and put into the sugar mixture. All right, it's time for me to add the baking soda. Just gonna let that cook for about 2 minutes. And then I think I'm gonna add a flavoring, maybe a maple flavor. Pecan and maple just sounds wonderful. That is almost ready, you guys. So you have to make sure you're here to watch it. Oh my goodness, that smells wonderful. I should have put this in a bigger pan, but oh well. Okay, so now that the mixture is done, I am going to spray a little oil on the same sheet pan that I baked the pecans with. All right. Let's get and you can see that nice caramel color. So I'm just gonna put this onto the pan, and I'm also gonna spread it out. All right, that is gonna be delicious. Okay. I want to make sure you all can see this mixture. All right. So all you have to do, all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to let this cool, and then after it cools, we're gonna break it up and serve it. And with this particular recipe, you know, you can always do it in a half. The reason I made so much is because this is for 10 people. So just take the recipe and cut it in half, and you will be just fine for a normal recipe serving. All right, y'all, my pecan brittle is ready. Nice and broken up. So, gotta give it a taste. Take this little tiny piece. That crunch. The nuttiness from the pecans, I really think that toasting the pecans really does the trick. You don't have to toast the pecans, but toasting the pecans really, really brings out that wonderful pecan flavor. Can't just have one piece. Mmm. That's good. Well, guys, that is my show for today. I'm still enjoying the flavor. The flavor is just bouncing around in my mouth. But if you guys want to try this recipe, I'm going to post the recipe or my recipe in the description below. This is definitely one you want to try. Maybe have it for Thanksgiving because it is way too decadent to have all the time. So thank you guys for watching. Let's prosper through serving others. Take care.